Welcome to episode 6 of Resin Tufting. Now, every episode has been getting more unhinged in this series, but today's one is especially weird and different. So in today's episode, we are obviously going to combine yarn and resin, but I am ditching the tufting gun completely because what if you don't have access to one? What if you want to combine a resin and yarn, but you can't tuft? If this works, there's a big if, then this might be accessible to more people and it might be really easy and fun if it works. So the plan is I have this canvas, it's a linen canvas, it's actually slightly damaged. As you can see a couple of holes in there, there's one there, there's one there, which is why I haven't used it all this while. But I feel like for today's technique, we might be able to use it and no one's gonna know that it was damaged, hopefully. We need a canvas, we need a glue gun, and that's how it's gonna start. I'm gonna trace a pattern. I'm just gonna go for like a freehand floral moment because summertime and you can't go wrong with florals, and I will explain more as we go along. Okay, I have a pattern. It is not overly complicated. It's not great actually. I want to start super simple with this technique because I've not done it before and we don't know if it's going to work. So let's just start like stupid simple and see if it works first, and then if it does, then we can obviously take it to the next level. So this will do. It'll do, guys. So the first step is to go over your pattern with some hot glue using my incredibly creative flower design, because apparently I completely forgot how to draw anything today. I'm going over everything twice because I do want these outlines to be nice and chunky, and hopefully that'll make the yarn a bit easier later. I mean, at least that's the plan. And while I do that, I want to give a massive shout out to Lisa from Lisa Country Creations. Thank you so much for taking the time to comment and liking my videos. I genuinely appreciate the support, and honestly, every single comment puts a smile on my face. So thank you so much for supporting my little art corner on the internet. Okay, so we have our pattern. That's how it's looking. I know it doesn't look like much, guys. I know. I'm trusting the process for now, and we'll see. Once that was done, I took this outside and gave it a little coat of black spray paint. Now, I was going for a nice, like, soft fade into the canvas, and did I nail it? Absolutely not, but it's okay because this whole project is just really about testing the technique. It's not about finesse just yet. Like, if it works, then we can work on the finesse. For now, we just trust the process. Finally, it was time to bring out the yarn. The idea is pretty simple. Basically, you just sew over the hot glue lines until you have like a nice fluffy yarn outline. I mean, it sounds easy enough, right?
Really?
Not quite. First of all, the only needles that I could fit the yarn in were like as sharp as a spoon. Literally, I had to stab my canvas to get into it. Like, this linen canvas was surprisingly sturdy, and every single stitch was a bit of a battle. Like, I genuinely thought this part would be like nice and relaxing, but it ended up taking so much more time and effort than I was expecting. So, honest talk, I've been doing this for quite some time, and this is how far I got. Already not a fan of this. I'm not loving it. I'm missing my tufting gun. So those are my thoughts. I will not be doing this again. I do want to see what it looks like once I'm done with it. So I'm going to power through. We're going to push through. We're going to power through. We're going to get it done. I'm not doing it again. Now, to make this process a little less painful, I relocated to my couch with some Netflix, and I just tackled one stitch at a time. It definitely made it a bit more bearable, but still took forever. And speaking of Netflix, I feel like I've run out of things to watch. So if any one of you have got any binge-worthy recommendations, please leave them in the comments because I'm always looking for my next obsession. Also, while we're chatting, Sky recently had a groom, and you are not prepared for this. This is what he looks like. Okay, so I asked him to be clipped really, really short because it's really hot at the moment, and this is what he ended up looking like. I swear It's like I've got like a completely new dog. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan. He is gone from looking like a tiny lion to looking like a little rat. That being said, I did ask them to go really short, so it's not on them, it's on me. But he's still obviously the cutest baby in the world, and obviously he wants to remind you to like, comment, sub, leave a comment below. I mean, he may have lost his mane, but he still takes engagement very seriously. Eventually, what felt like 47 years later, I finally finished all the stitching. My hands were absolutely killing me. I literally had blisters on my fingers, and I know that sounds dramatic, but that's how much I did not have fun this project. Enough complaining, it is finally time for a bit of fun, which is bringing out some resin. Now, I'm using jdiction Official's UV resin just because I'm very impatient to wait for normal epoxy to cure. I'll leave you guys links of everything along with my discount code in the description, and thank you jdiction for sponsoring today's video. And I am basically using a mix of their UV resins. I've got some pearlescent ones, I've got some transparent colors, so we're just gonna like mix it up and have fun. And at this point, I just sort of started layering different colors without overthinking it, and I'm just letting the resin do its thing. And honestly, this was like the first bit of this project where I actually had a bit of fun. I finished it off with a bit of gold glitter in the center because when in doubt, add glitter. And finally, this is what we ended up with. So now, does this technique actually work? Technically, it does. I mean, the hot glue and the yarn, they do make some really nice textured barriers. And when you do pour resin in them, like it did not leak into another section. It stayed where I put it down. So technically, I would call it a success. But I think you probably know what I'm going to say next. This one is going into the interesting experiment category rather than I would do it again category, because I'm still glad I tried it. I think one time was enough. Final thoughts. I do not recommend this. It's not the ugliest thing I made, but at the same time, it's definitely not worth the effort. Like the outcome is not worth the effort that went in, especially with the fact that art is all about enjoying the process, and I hated this. So do not recommend. That being said, not every experiment is going to be a winner, and I do these so you don't have to, and now you know. I hope you've enjoyed this video, whatever this was. I think it's safe to say for episode 7 of Resin Tufting, I am going back to my tufting gun. I'll see you then. Bye. If you've enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you will like these too, so go check them out.